I finished doing all of my strips on the inside around the zipper, and the next step is to do a patch on each end of the zipper on the outside. So I have turned the whale suit right side out, so you can see this is the outside with the outside of the zipper, and I've got my zipper zipped to the point where it's hitting the inside zipper stop. And what I want to do is I want to figure out how big of a patch I need to make to cover the seam, the curved seam. On the inside, we used one that was just this full size of this circle cutting tool, and that worked out pretty well. So I think I'll probably go with that again. So I'll go ahead and use my circle cutting tool and cut out 2 patches. Get that gel pen is working good. Switch over to this one. Hopefully you've got enough leftover material. Most people usually do. If not, then you might need to get some extra material if you don't have quite enough left to do 2 circles. I'm not sure if I left myself enough on these pieces. It looks like I might have to go pull from some other material. So for right now, I'll go ahead and just do the one, and we're going to apply this to the outside, pretty much kind of the same way we did it on the inside. I'm going to put a jar in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually fold that under first. Make sure it kind of fits. It's not much, just about that much. I'm going to go ahead and fold that under and glue it. Now on the outside of the whale, it's important to notice that you want the patch to be facing with the non-textured side facing outwards, because that's what the rest of the whale is. And if you face that same side, then it's going to blend in nicely like that. But if you try to do the other side, you can tell that it doesn't look the same, so it's going to kind of stand out. So when you fold it under, just kind of check and make sure. And so this zipper's, let's see, it's touching that zipper stop on the inside. And I'm not going to try to glue this whole thing in once. Let me just put some right here on the part that I folded under for like maybe the first ½ inch or so, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And then we can come back and we can do the rest of the patch, because it's kind of big. It's kind of a lot to do all at once. So if I go like this, and I want to make sure that I'm covering this seam that goes all the way around. sure where my jar went. Oh, it fell down in here. So now that we've got that started, I can peel this back to where I can see what I've glued before. And I can do maybe another inch. I won't try to do the whole thing in one go. It's too big. So this is adding reinforcement to that critical point where it's going to have a lot of stress pulled at the end of the zipper. The two layers are going to always be, there's going to be a lot of force trying to pull them apart. So you got the person moving on the inside, they're inside the inside layer, and if they move around, it's going to put a lot of stress where they're connected together. And the most stress will be at the ends of the zipper. All right, so I can finish this one off. And then I can go ahead and do the other side and then come back and over the next 30 minutes, put more pressure on these two patches. And it looks like I got a little spot right here that's trying to wrinkle or crease underneath. I'm trying to wipe up any excess glue to save me work later on. One of the last steps that we'll do after we put these patches down is to do some cleanup work. Usually I'll inflate it, and then while it's inflated, it can be inflated for testing. So you want to do it for like at least about an 8-hour period. I usually say overnight, and meaning like you blow it up tight, and then 8 hours later, if it doesn't seem to have lost any air, then you're probably in good shape. If it loses a little bit, then you might need to start doing some leak checking. But while it's inflated, you can do some cleanup work. And so that'll be the next step after we get the other patch on. So it's good to work with this. You can use your brayer roller, your thumbs, your palms, and then keep rolling this out over the next half hour. Get rid of any bubbles, wrinkles, bubbles, so that it looks nice. All right, I'll go ahead and do the other one, but I'm not going to videotape that because it goes on just like this one.